After the tragic school shooting in Madison, students are returning to the building.
This afternoon, children and their parents were back at Abundant Life Christian School's campus. WMTV's Marcus Arsvold spoke with one parent. Marcus, they're not back in school. They're getting their things. First and foremost, how is that parent doing?
Families are still trying to process what happened, but today they're all together. You can see someone wrote, "You are so loved," on one of the memorials that's on campus. ALCS allowed children and their parents to return to the foyer in front of the school to collect belongings that they left behind. Then families walked back to City Church next to the school for some private events. I spoke with one parent who says it's all a part of the grieving process. And after being together again, their family planned to go visit one of the injured students still in the hospital. Coming up at 6, I'll share other observations I noticed as the community starts to come back together. In the studio, Marcus Arsvold, WMTV 15 News.
Marcus, thank you. And while the community is grieving, they're also searching for more answers about what happened.
Yeah, there's not been any new details released today, but we do know there will not be a press conference tonight.
Now, we do have a one-on-one interview scheduled with Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes in less than an hour. WMTV's Mackenzie Davis will be there. And Mackenzie, what can we expect?
Yeah, good evening, Mark and Elizabeth. This is an opportunity that was given to all local reporters here in Madison. We just learned this afternoon that local reporters had the opportunity to sit down one-on-one with Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes, and we each have about 10 minutes to ask him some of those questions that we still would like answers to. Questions from viewers, questions that have been circulating in our newsroom as far as this investigation goes into what happened on Monday. Now, we did actually request an interview with Chief Barnes Tuesday morning around 2 a.m. that we didn't hear back on that, if we could sit down one-on-one with him. But since then, we have heard from him in those press conferences that have been open to all of the media. That includes local and national media outlets. So all of us have been there asking those questions, trying to get answers to those questions. But tonight, in just less than an hour, I will be sitting down one-on-one with Chief Barnes to ask those questions, try to get as many answers out of him as we can to those questions that we have been asking or trying to get answers to. So we'll bring you all of that coming up at 9 and 10 tonight on 15 News. But for now, live in downtown Madison, Mackenzie Davis, WMTV 15 News.
All right, Mackenzie, thank you. One of those questions, we still don't know how the teen got the gun used in Monday's deadly shooting.
Well, and now lawmakers say the state's gun laws and regulations are at the top of their minds.
WMTV's Cameron Kelly joins us now in the studio. And Cameron, what did lawmakers tell you?
Mark, Elizabeth, State Senator Kelda Roy's office received numerous calls from the community about gun control. The senator says she's extremely saddened by Monday's tragedy, and now her focus is on creating tighter gun laws for the state. According to Wisconsin's firearm regulation, background checks are required under 2 circumstances. One of them includes applying for a concealed carry license, and the other is if you buy a gun from a registered gun dealer. Senator Roy says kids deserve to grow up free from the fear of gun violence.
Well, Wisconsin has very minimal gun safety laws, and that's one of the problems. States that implement gun safety measures see a reduction in gun violence, right? It's just like any other problem, right? If you want to make our roads safer, you change the speed limit.
Coming up at 6, we hear what the state senator wants to do about gun regulations in the state with the help of her colleagues on the other side of the aisle. Live in the studio, Cameron Kelly, WMTV 15 News.
Cameron, thank you. We are actively following this story. We encourage you to download our free news app for the latest updates as we learn more.